Wow.
Good morning, Regina.
Hi, my love.
So you want to talk about relationship?
I mean, I don't like to bring private things on the surface, but it was your idea.
It was. You
Yeah.
know what was my idea is to be genuine. I think a lot of times if people are publishing videos about themselves, they always want to show the good side.
Yeah.
And I say, what about like the whole picture, right?
Yeah, also you told me that you don't like these gurus and teachers and psychology therapists who does lectures about how to make your life, how to make your relationships, and always try to pretend looks perfect. Like everything is perfect, their life. They're never angry, never depressed, never sad. And you said like, it's bullshit.
You know, I think that's true. I think if you're doing a cooking class, it's not think personal or you're trying to, show somebody how to repair a car.
Yeah.
It's not about you. So who cares about your personality if you don't want to show it or your personal life? But if you're doing videos and you're talking about something deeper, like about how to live your life better, like we were talking about being more conscious, I think it's important to have a camel that walks behind you while you're doing a video. Like, don't you think camels also? I also think that it's important to be genuine and show people
The truth.
The truth.
A truth about us, right?
So yeah, I mean, we're the example in this case.
Okay, let's talk about our relationship.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed already that people think that we are wonderful couple, that we are so perfect.
I don't know about anybody saying perfect, but you said something that I really liked, and you said we are so joyful. Like there's so much joy in our relationship. And I said, and what about like when we argue? I go, can you be joyful and argue at the same time? And you said, of course. Like, explain that.
I mean, yes, it's true. We argue a lot.
A lot. You would even say a lot.
I can say that we fight, even like, not punch each other, but we really like very emotionally can fight almost very often. Sometimes I promise.
Not every day, but like it definitely comes up. Like it's hard to have a week where like, we don't frustrate each other. We're like, oh my God. Yeah.
And honestly, I know that it's from my side because I'm always fight with everybody. Like with my relatives, with my mom, with my aunt, with my sister. When I do tours, I'm always like to be like, and I like to be emotional. And when I feel I want to be like very emotional. And then I can say, listen, sorry. I was like just involved to this battle with some sellers. And I was so emotional, it just come to under my hand. So I can apologize after, but I don't hold myself.
Right. It's so interesting, like how different personalities look at that as well. Like I've had friends I was telling you that are like, yeah, we never fight. And then it makes me question, I was like, is that the right relationship where people never argue? Because it's rare for me in my experience. I mean, we have so much love, so much joy, you're right. But yeah, there's moments where it's like we just don't understand each other. There's frustrating, we don't agree. We can't say it in a peaceful way. And then sometimes you tell me, you're like, I don't even want to try to say it in a peaceful way. Like, you're just like, I don't feel peaceful. I'm not going to tell you. Like it's true, right?
Yes, and it's true that a few days ago I said to you, Eric, Eric, do you notice we are probably one of the most joyful people on the earth, one of the most sincere, loved, and people who really able to enjoy this life, even if we don't have a lot of possessions, properties, monies, but I can be sure that I consider myself and us like one of the most enjoyable people who really know how to enjoy their life.
Yeah, I like what you're saying in the sense, like, it doesn't matter how much you have, if you can't enjoy it, if you don't like sincerely, deeply enjoy what you have, Who cares if you have 5 cars if you can't even enjoy one car, or the food that you're eating, or the experience that you're having, or the relationship that you're in, whether it's like a friend that you're meeting. Like, if you can't really be in that moment, enjoying that conversation, if you're on your phone and you're thinking about something else, I mean, the presence you need to enjoy something. We do practice gratitude a lot, and even saying it out loud with words, you're like, wow, this is amazing. I'm really loving this.
I can say that, in general, our relationship with each year better and better.
Yeah.
We fight better and better.
Better fighting?
Yeah, because before we could fight and then hold this guilt or offense or bad emotions hold for days. And now, and I believe because we meditate,
Right.
now we can fight, and after 15 minutes we can laugh about that. We can say, do you remember what you said to me? Do you remember how you react on this and this word? Ha ha ha, We can be like, again, this foolish game of ego.
Right.
So we don't really hold it too long. We can fight, and then after 10 minutes again, hold the hands, walk on the beach, and say, I love you. Yeah, I love you too. And it's amazing how we can do it. Like, it's like change channels on the TV. One channel, one program about fight, like news, full of aggressivity. And then after 10 minutes you change channel and it's about some drama. Then change channel, some lovely romance. Then change channel, it will be some channel about wisdom stuff. This is how I feel like our life.
I really agree with you. Like, a sign that things are improving is how much quicker we can let go of these negative emotions.
Yeah.
Because, man, life is not easy. I think all of us sign up for this life experience, and whether we know it or not, it's not easy. This is not easy. There is going to be challenges at work, at home, like walking down the street, driving a car. It just happens. That's part of this thing, and it's going to be frustrating. We can't fool ourselves. And so, like, if somebody honks at us, do we hold on to that all day, or do we honk? We're like, hey, what the heck's going on with this person? Look at that, and then let it go. And it's the same thing with like a relationship. You argue, there's something you don't agree with, you don't see it the same way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, are we gonna hold on to that all day or all week or all month? Or are you just gonna be like, whew. One last thing I would say is, I remember when they talked about people who live a long life.
Yeah.
That is one of the factors that let people live a long, healthy life, is to let go of all the stuff. Like, if you hold on to a judgment or a grudge for a long time, man, it's gonna eat you up.
In general, I learning recently for last years, it's very important to be transparent for any emotions. You know why? Because this is how we create karma. We receive emotions and we stuck with that. We didn't digest it and we storage it somewhere in our subconsciousness. And it's sitting there like preserved cucumber or tomatoes in the babushka's storage room, And then it jump out unexpectedly in some moment. So the best, if you want to be liberated, if you want to have free life, if you want to have good flow of energy in your body, if you want to have joy in your life, you need to carry as less as possible.
Right.
And if you get some emotions, just let it go through you.
Right.
And good and bad.
Right.
They're like a flow of life. It's like time, past through present to the future. You just don't carry it to the future. You just let it go. Any emotions. You feel love? Okay, great, thank you. And let it go. Don't hold it, don't save it for future. If it should be with you, it will be with you. If you feel fears, accept it. Yeah, I have fears. Yes, I am afraid. Stupid things. Accept it and let it go.
And can I add
You
something?
feel angriness. You feel hateness. Yes. We are humans. We can feel hateness. It's so normal. Accept it, recognize it. Yes, right now it looks like hateness. And I let it go. I accept it and let it go. I feel jealous. Don't lie yourself. Don't lie anybody. Say, listen, I know that it's stupid. I
Right.
feel jealous
Right.
right now.
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe you can help me to like let it go. We'll be grateful if you explain me. If you can't explain, okay. But I'm not going to carry it in future again and again. I'm let it go, because present is amazing. Because I have legs, I have hands, I have air, I have, I'm alive. And let's celebrate that moment that I'm still alive.
Right. I think, we, the ego, we don't want to admit that we made a mistake or that something's wrong or that we, that we did something wrong. The best thing is like, hey, understand, and the more and more that I understand that I am a flawed human being, like all of us, like almost 100% of people on this earth. We are not perfect, and there's nothing wrong with being perfect. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, as long as we don't keep making the mistake over and over and over again without learning something from it. So it's like, okay, good, I'm still learning this lesson. We made a mistake. Let's bring it back to me and you. We don't agree with something. We just argued, and how do I eventually let that go? Come back to the present moment. Take a deep breath. This is like old school. Just, all right. Maybe take another deep breath. Come back. Relax. Don't distract myself from it. If I look at my phone or something, it's going to take longer. But if I emergency need to do that, okay, distract myself. But if we come back to the present moment, take a deep breath, maybe go for a run or do some exercise where you're not just stuck in your head, and just deal with it. It comes in, like the thought comes in, okay, it's coming in, breathing it, eventually it calms down, and then you know what? Be the strong person and be like, hey, I don't want to argue anymore. That sucked. Didn't feel good. I love you. And you say, yeah, that sucked. I love you too. And boom, right?
It's not so easy for many people to be like you said, because, as I said, the biggest benefits we meditate
Right.
every day.
I mean, that's
almost every day.
People don't have to do that.
That's why I should say, all this digesting process happening during meditation.
Right. That does
And
help.
self-realization and understanding what is really important for you. What is really more important for you, this sense of peace and joy, more important that sense of grief and unfair or injustice. Honestly, the meditation part, this is why we change our attitudes to the battles, because we realize that there is different preferences.
Right.
We prefer be in harmony and be in present more than to be in grief.
Right. I agree with you. I think I recommend meditation to everybody. Seated meditation. I mean, you could do a forest walking meditation, but yes, meditation's key. Another thing that I think, listen, we all go to sleep at night. Part of this hibernation that we do every day is, whether we completely block it off or not, our body's like, listen, we're gonna shut down. Shut the system down, go into hibernation for however many hours, and our brain gets into that REM, it gets into these different alpha waves or whatever, and that's gonna help us come back out of this incessant thinking mind. So we need it. That's why if you see somebody who doesn't sleep for days, like they just start freaking out, like their system needs this period of just not thinking constantly. And if we can do that while we're awake, like in our waking day, boom, we're gonna take it to an even deeper level. People can practice coming back to the moment, out of thought, out of these, especially when we're in those really frustrating moment thinking, without a meditation practice. At the same time, extremely helpful. That's in our experience. It's extremely helpful for our relationship. Correct?
Yes, and I believe that without meditation, it's not possible to really see yourself clear. I mean, meditation, you know, it's something that we have to have in our culture, like daily stuff, like brush your teeth every day, do physical exercise every day. Otherwise, the body, you know, becomes shut up, becomes weaker and weaker, much faster. And we have to do every day some silence moment when you are not in the book, not in the phone, not in the conversation. You can walk or you sit, but you should have moment in your life, like at least 30 minutes when you are with yourself, with your mind, with your all this soup that in your head. You need to stay with that every day a little bit and make it calm. I mean, without this, it's impossible to really, it's impossible to, without this opportunity, this moment of silence, not possible to function very good.
You know what? A moment of silence by any other name is a moment of silence. So you can call it meditation, you can call it whatever. But yeah, for people to take these moments of just stop watching television, stop reading a book, stop writing, stop what, even if it's a low impact thing, you know, like sweeping the floor, just sit down in silence, quiet, don't distract yourself, and just allow that quietness, allow that silence to.
Yeah. So about our relationship, to make conclusion.
All right, let's conclude.
Yeah. So I love our relationship.
Me too.
I'm really happy how we are friends to each other. We are husband and wife. We are friends, the best friends. I can say 100% you are the best friend. You are my family, you are everything for me. And at the same time, we have arguments and we have big sometimes fight, sometimes small fight. We have it. We do it. Without hateness. With love and respect at the same time. Because I know that you are a very important person for me. And if I have this fire, emotions inside, I have to express it. But I know deep inside me that I really respect you, even when I'm lost my patience.
I feel exactly the same way. And can I can I say one little last thing? Because we got to let this video finish. If anybody, or not anybody, but for those people that finished this video up to this point, if this meant something to you, leave us a little message or leave a comment if this goes online, and we promise to message back to that. Like, especially if it's about relationship and meditation and forgiveness and any of the things that, like, we're talking about in this video.
Yeah, I guess we can have a lot of conversation on this topic, relationship.
Yeah, we'd love it. Or there's something related to this that somebody's like, here, share this other thing. Because that's something that I want to do personally, is not be afraid to share a little bit more. Life is short, you know?
Yeah, we need to also help each other to grow and
Right.
be more joyful.
Right. I love it. Okay.
Okay.
Have a beautiful day. You too, Regina.
Thank you, you too.